in this week, March 4th, 2025. All right, please join with me first in the invocation.
Grace.
And for the sake of your eyes, and we call upon Rotarian you know, we all mix up now. Can you say the grace for us, Jamie? Rotarian Jamie? Jamie. Can you see that, Jamie?
I guess so. Stop right on the line. Oh Lord, who knows our deeds, help us to fulfill our we live to serve you every day in all we think, do, or say. Accept our prayers for this meeting, restore, forgive, inspire, and heal. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, Jimmy, you sound like you are excited that you knew that by memory. Very good. Rotarians, please join me in the loyal toast. To the King.
To the King.
To the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
And the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
You may be seated. So I trust that you all have had a exciting, safe, and fulfilling week since we last met last week at Rotary. Trust that everybody is good today. I know that Rotary is not about politics, and I won't get into any international politics. Certainly, our countries are being engulfed in what is happening internationally. And in fact, I've heard some commentary as I came in today. Some commentary, right? President Bean and past President Sheila. Would you care to share those comments? No, you care to share those? All right. All right. So certainly we don't have any visiting Rotarians in here. Do we have any, as past District Governor Larry would say, do we have any on air? No visiting Rotarians? Do you have any? Yeah, we do.
Let them introduce themselves.
Rotarians, good to see you all there. Smiling faces. See Dr. Anita, see Rotarian Catherine, Raquel, past President Raquel. Oh, we got a whole house. You bring up my friend Deidre. Deidre up there. Royan. Yes, nice to see you all. Is that Money? I haven't seen Money get meet. Money, I haven't seen you at meeting in umpteen ages now, Money. You gotta bless us with your presence, Money. All right, Sabina. Yeah, and what about Sabrina? Have anyone seen Sabrina? I haven't seen Sabrina for a while. Is she on?
No, this year.
Money, you gotta give our best wishes to Sabrina. Sabrina, we haven't seen her in a minute.
We have a visiting Rotarian.
Thank you. Can you introduce yourself, our visiting Rotarian, please?
Good day. Rotarian Keisha Bean, Rotary Club of Over Forward.
All right, Rotarian Letitia Bean, good to have you with us. Any other? You'll read everyone collectively. Any other visiting Rotarians? No? All right, well, Rotarians, let us greet our Lone Stone visiting Rotarian, Letitia Bean, Rotary Club of Over Forward Maine. Let us read her in the normal manner, please.
Welcome.
Good to have you visiting with us today. Rotarians, does anyone have a guess? Certainly not here. Anyone online? A guess?
No.
This one is March 4th. That's spectacular. That's special today, March 4th. All right. Well, good to have you all. We are waiting for our guest speaker to be here today.
Keno is on. He may have something to share.
Keno, Rotarian Keno, decided to join us today. We haven't seen you in a minute. I trust that Your fine is in place?
Well, I think I said it, I've been in training for the last week and a half, and I'm being training for the next 2 weeks, 2 or so weeks. So it's good to see everyone. You see, I'm wearing my rotary pin. I'm making sure everything is in place. I make sure I jumped in to say hello to everyone. And I trust everyone is doing well.
Are you training internationally or locally?
No, this one is local. In the next 3 weeks, I'll be doing some stuff internationally, but this one is local training for new agents coming in.
All right, so you could have been here today.
No, I just walked out. You see me just came downstairs. I'm just walking. I'm going right back upstairs. Someone is coming to be with me in the next 5-10 minutes. They already called me, tell me they were running late. So it's good to see everyone today. I trust everyone is doing well. And I hope, I don't know if you guys are going to be discussing the ball. I hope everybody has gotten their tickets. I've gotten my tickets. And I hope everybody in there has gotten their tickets. Jamal, have you gotten your tickets yet?
Secretary Francina that I will be taking 2. I may need an extra 2, but definitely 2.
Okay, and you got your 4. How many did you get?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Okay. As I just mentioned, our membership director, I've asked for the Secretary Francina for 2, but I asked for another 2, so I may get 4.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, man. But my apologies. Apologies, couldn't make it in there in person, but I'll be right in the background. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Yes, and we do appreciate that you started.
I won't be able to talk in the next 10 minutes because the person should be arriving here soon. So I'm doing training with new agents as they're bringing new clients in. So I'm doing training with them as they're coming in.
Can you ensure that you have a segment in there for insurance to find a way to reduce their fees? Try to make sure you incorporate that a reduction of fees.
Thank you so much, my friend. I didn't hear exactly what you said, but whatever it is, I know it was good. Blessings to you all, man. Have a great day.
Before you go, I said. Okay, any other?
On Friday.
Yes.
No,
all right, great. I do know how important it is, that we're celebrating club's anniversary this year. What is it? The 62nd? 63rd anniversary. So I do know how important it is for us really as the founding club to really spearhead this initiative and to have a good showing. So I'm sure those who come after me, the president, he speaks on this issue. He'll really call to order the support of everybody to really contribute and promote this event. But the task is upon us as the founding club to really ensure that the significance of this event is observed and executed properly. So all of us, we all gotta, as members of this club, we gotta come together to really push. And if we do that, we all do a little part, what a grand event it will be. All right, so I'm looking forward, and Madam Secretary, wherever you all need me, I'm here to assist an event. All right, so I'll invite the president up just so she comes back. But tell me, guys, any other announcements? Any share? Online as well? Anyone online has anything to say? Rotary Lizette, good to see you with us. We know that you've been through a trying time in recent times, and we're happy to see that you've been able to make it today. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. But with any member now that might be going through a rough patch. We in club for service, we also in service to one another, the community, and also to one another. Right? So, with that said, Past President Larry, yeah. No announcements, nothing to say. Yeah. We ready for you, Mr. President? Yeah. Oh, okay. Got you. Oh wow, that's an invitation to keep on going, man. I can do that. I make off topic too. Jimmy, it's March 4th. It's a good day. All right, you're a beautiful lady. You can smile, Jimmy. Let's smile. Let's have a smile. All right. All right, I'll move right along. Oh, who decided to grace us? The Vice President Davina just walked in. What time is it, Madam Secretary?
1 o'clock.
No. Don't try. So Vice President Davina has decided to join us at 1:18 p.m. Right? And he's wearing his whole behavior of Dasha Bhakti shirt. Good to have you nonetheless. Any announcements from the floor online? Anything important to share?
Sheila can share about her training on Saturday.
Say that again.
Sheila can share about her training.
Sheila, Vice President Sheila, would you like to share about the training that took place last week Saturday?
President.
You on a Saturday training? Months. How's months going? Yeah, when is the event again? When is the event? Oh, so months is coming up, March 28th. It's going to be at Stapleton Auditorium again. Holy Trinity Auditorium. Okay. Yeah, and there's some great debates. So Rotarians reserve the date, March 28th, for months to support the young adults in their hard work preparing for this debate. I'm sure that Sheila's involved, so we should have a very decent, nice event to participate in.
Chairman Jamal.
Yes.
Chairman, I'm sorry. Is President Wayne there?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he's going to speak about the event on Saturday. He already did that?
It's coming up right now.
Okay, good. He'll update you on the event on Saturday, so I will close my mic.
So Rotarians, let's read our president as he comes up.
Good afternoon all. We trust and hope that you all are doing well and as excellent it is. What a beautiful weather, a beautiful time here. Our guest speaker, I was trying to coordinate him. He passed this building about 3 times, wasn't sure where the yacht club was. He had a wrong Google map I think he's dealing with, but he should be pulling up shortly, our guest speaker. But nonetheless, just quickly, by way of announcement and correct our PE keynote, correct on Saturday coming. Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days from here. We're going to have a disaster webinar. Disaster webinar is going to be held at the Davina Insurance Building there on Collins Avenue, the J. Whitney Building on Collins Avenue on Saturday, beginning at 10 a.m. We're only going to be here for about an hour and a half most. I mean, we would like for as many of you come out as possible. We're going to be inviting the urban renewal. We have about 28 families in the urban renewal. We're going to bless with hurricane kits so they can be prepared for hurricane season that is coming. We're going to have dynamic speakers are going to be a part of our platform, including the managing director for the DRA. He's going to be in the house, and also Fire Branch is going to be in the house. They're going to be helping us this particular hurricane season coming up. So what we have identified, through urban renewal, some of the most underprivileged persons in our communities. We want to bring them out and educate them on how they can best prepare themselves for the hurricane season that is fast approaching us. Okay, we want to thank you in advance for it. This is an event that Rotary is sponsoring. It's going to be held at the Lead Insurance Building on Collins Avenue, the J. Whitney Building. And we look forward to as many of you as possible. We're going to be providing free lunch. So if you only come just for the lunch, that'll be good for us. We're going to be providing a free lunch for those persons who will be participating on Saturday's event. And we're going to be giving out kits. We're going to be giving out kits to those family, the hurricane preparedness kits, with towels, with blankets, with radios, transistor radios, and the lights. Okay, all items have already been purchased, and so we are looking forward for this to be one of our greatest, one of the best community service that we can possibly do as Rotarians. Service above self. You know, this would have culminated also with our hurricane preparedness giveaways that we did. We did about 50, I think about 50 plus, sometime last year, October, I think it was, or September, where we would have given out about 50 kits to deserving members, again, underprivileged members in our communities, just here in the St. James Road, Camp Road area. All right, so I want to thank all of you Rotarians who are participating in your donations, for those most weighty gifts. And I'm quite sure the Bahamas is a hurricane belt community, and it is, you know, if a hurricane is going to come, it's when it's going to come. And how persons in our communities, underprivileged people, have their tarps, have their blankets, have their radios, flashlights, and first aid kits are provided by Rotary Club of Nassau. I'm quite sure they go a long, long way in their you know, kind of gestures of what we would have done. And then, okay, and then we also want to remind it, the Red Cross Fair. Red Cross Fair is fast approaching. As you know, the Red Cross Fair is one of our signature projects as well, where we, as Rotarians, we give back. We give back to our community through the Red Cross. What we do, we purchase items. These items cost in excess of over $2,000. We purchase items to be placed on our hoopla table. We are responsible for hoopla table at the Red Cross Fair, and we're going to place those items there, and for persons to come by and to participate. So we want Rotarians. We need you again. Madam Secretary Francina has promised to put in the chat. Either her or Shelby will do it. Put in the chat group the scheduling. So we're going to do it in 3 phases. It's going to be just on Saturday. So we want the first shift, the second shift, and of course the third shift. All right, so you have 3 shifts, and if you come out and put in maybe an hour, 2 hours of your time on Saturday to help us in that regard, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, so again, that's Saturday the 29th of March. We need your full participation. A lot of planning and preparation is going in that as well. But I shan't keep you any longer. I just want to say, just go to the chat, participate where you can. Some people can participate on Saturday, and some people can participate during the fair. But we have our guest speaker in the house. Our guest speaker, very dear friend of mine, and we just so happy that you accepted the invitation. But he is the chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation now. And so we want to just thank Pastor G. Dordish for accepting our invitation to come as the chairman. And Pastor, we have majority of our people online. This is a hybrid club because a number of our people work in their own mess. And so it's difficult to get here in the hour. So they join us online. I hope that doesn't mind you, or to you. But of course, they are fully engaged. We have some of our Rotarians who are also in Cat Island engaged as well, because they have big water project down there. They would like to see come to fruition down there. We also, I think Chantel's on the line too.
No,
Chantel's on the line.
no.
I know Chantel normally is on the line. She's from Jackson, because she's living down there. She moved down there. But of course, this water project is a really big issue to them. So we look forward to your presentation. So we want to give you as much time as possible to make your presentation. So to us, we have a lot of people waiting with bated breath to hear some of the things that you will announce today. All right. So, fellow Rotarians and guests, without any further ado, I think it's no more fitting that we bring up our guest speaker. Please give him a round of applause. So I think we will go to my he's a good man. Good man, good man. He like wicked area many years ago. That's always a good man. I'm so happy that you accepted the invitation. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasant, good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon.
Permit me to begin by saying I count it a delightful pleasure and privilege to be here with you. And I beg and indeed I crave your indulgence as I pay homage to President Wayne, who has been really a towering figure on the police force and the source of strength and succor for me during our time in the police force. This topic today, I thought, was indeed a timely topic. Met. This topic today, I believe, is indeed a timely topic, addressing water and sanitation. It was Gandhi who puts it this way, says the earth, the air, the land, and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on loan from our children. So we have to hand over to them at least as it was handed over to us. Is a loan from our children, Gandhi says. It says that we owe it to them to at least hand it over in the manner that we receive it. Water has become the new goal of our time. The problem of water isn't a new one. Talked about it, we've got biblical reference for water that we often misquote. We hear from the Bible sometimes, a little wine for the stomach's sake. And if we were to dig into the history of that text, you will find that that was literally addressing a water problem. People at that time would drink water, and because of the condition of the water, to alleviate the stomach ailments that came about as a result of drinking the water, wine was the solution. And so the problem of water is not a new problem. It is a legacy problem. In the Bahamas, we are dealing with a number of issues to make certain that what Gandhi said we can live up to and turn over the water landscape to our children in a better condition than we found. Permit me to say that recently the Water and Sewage Corporation conducted some research, and it was discovered that persons with wells in their backyard on their property. And they're using the well as the primary source of potable water. More than 80% of the wells were contaminated. More than 80%. Now, let me further bring about some degree of alarm. The body, the skin, is the biggest organ the body has, the biggest organ. And so as we consume, as we even bathe with contaminated water, it stands to reason that at some point, some of the toxins, some of the untoward things that enter our body will come through our skin. And so what the water and sewage has been doing, we've been preaching, it is best to get connected with the city water because that water is tested. That water meets world standard. That's our plight at home. That people with diabetes, people whose immune systems are compromised, they are using water that could perhaps bring about harm to their health. And so, as Rotary would have brought me here, I pray that we could herald this message throughout the landscape of our country so that we can turn things around. I pray that we could perhaps have research done that would somehow unearth what well water would have done to the health of our citizens. And so water then is a precious, precious commodity. And so we talked about health. Let us talk now about sanitation. Water is a necessary component, a necessary thing as it relates to sanitation. One writer says that we can live without gold, but we cannot live without water. Water is something needed for cleanliness. And therefore, I believe it is important for the Rotary to use its voice organ to share the importance of preserving what we have here in the Bahamas. There are countries now, Superintendent, they are without water. Water has to be imported. Here in the Bahamas, we have no water shortage because of the makeup of our country and the way we produce water, which is by way of reverse osmosis. We have no shortage of water. We are islands sitting on a bed of sea. And so God has blessed us that we can turn seawater into potable water. But it is important that we preserve our well fields because our well fields is literally our backup plan so that our children and our children's children would find in place redundancy. That if something were to go wrong with reverse osmosis plants throughout our country, we've got well fields that could provide water for us for years to come. You would note that in Andros has perhaps one of the larger lakes of water in the Caribbean. We are blessed as a nation. It is important for us to preserve what has been transferred to us so that the next generation could benefit from them greatly. And so now, let us jump to where we are with water now. You would know that one of the biggest problems, Assistant Commissioner, let me pay homage to him as he walks in, one of the biggest problems that we have, there are times when a person's home would have developed a leak. And because of our billing system here at home, you would not discover that you would have had a leak for some 3 months down the road. And by the time you would have received your bill, you've got a huge bill that started 2.5 months ago. Well, the water and sewage is addressing that problem. We are now installing what is called smart meters. And these smart meters, they can pick up when the water distribution is irregular. And they can now contact the customer and let them know that there is a leak, and they can catch that problem before it becomes a problem 3 months down the road. And there's a loss to the consumer financially and a major loss to the Water and Sewage Corporation and indeed the Bahamian people. Let me say to you that the Water and Sewage Corporation, not only are we trying to deliver clean, portable, world quality standard water, we're also trying to save the Bahamian people money as they use water from pipe to tap. My brothers and my sisters, I believe I have addressed what I've been called to do. But if I have any questions or comments, I am available right now to address
them. So, first of all, excellent presentation, very startling, because I have, and I do also have water and sewage system, which I got after mapping. Because we were out of power for like 3 weeks.
Yes.
And realized that's a problem. But I mean, what is it that is the biggest contaminant that you know of in the water table that puts us at this?
Well, you'll find because you're dealing with underground substance. So you could very well have your well here, but the water coming to your well passes perhaps even a septic tank before it gets to you. You see? So it's best to use the city water because that water is tested. It meets world standard. In addition to that, the water that we use from the well, we rarely put in them the kind of, yes, so we don't test them and we don't put things in there to kill contaminants. So any number of things could be in there because it's not tested and the origin of the water, you don't know where it's coming from. So what you're asking me, it would depend on, for instance, what area you're at. So if you're at Carmichael Road, it could be one set of problems there. If you are, say, in Centerville, it's another problem. I'll give you another example. There are homes, and you've got a litany of cars. Oil is leaking from those cars into the ground. That also finds its way in some way into the water. Except when it gets there, you don't see the oily substance, but the contaminants are there. Yes, ma'am. That's correct. That's correct. We, at that point, we would do what's called barging. We would barge water from Andros to Nassau. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. You could drink that. As a matter of fact, do you know that some of the water that's being sold is water and sewage water? Yes. That's our water is good water that you could bottle and sell. Yes, sir. And the reason water and sewage is not in the bottle selling business, selling bottled water business, is because at one point we were asked not to do that so that we don't compete with. Yes, sir.
You give me the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever that we do.
Yes.
South Carolina, what's happening? Water supposed to be bringing water down there.
Absolutely.
Because at the moment, I know in Baytown, still have the tank, which is disgusting.
Yes.
It is good.
Water in there.
Yeah.
Right. So you would know that we have
My paperwork.
a plant in Cat Island right now to service Cat Island.
Okay.
And when I left today, we are in the process
I
of
got
starting that
it.
engine up again because we do know that the reverse osmosis plant is already there. And so it's the piping and some funding that we were waiting on that I believe is already full throttle ahead right now.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Can the speaker please use the mic if we're, especially if you're talking about Cat Island and water? Thank you.
I was using the mic, but it's not working. The mic. Yes. And so I do know that that project has started and we are in the process. Yes, yes, it will get done.
When will it, can I ask a question?
Yes, I was saying, ma'am, we're talking about Cat Island, but the mic isn't working. So you asked that I use the mic wasn't working.
The mic is working
way.
wonderfully for those of us online. You may not hear it in the room, but when you step away from the mic, we cannot hear you on the screen. But when you're in front of the mic, we can hear you very well.
You said you can hear me online fine?
When you use the mic, yes, please. We hear you well.
Yeah. So what I do know is that at some point we were awaiting some funding. At which point I think we did some legwork and that funding is now full throttle ahead. We should start very soon.
Yeah, but I mean, what I ask you is how long is it going to take you to get down? Which down is that?
Yes, now with that now, I do know there's studies that we're doing so that we know the piping, how to do that, and so on and so forth. And so I can get back to Wayne with that because the research for that is something we're doing as we speak.
Okay, one of the reasons I'm asking you is that this club is in process of looking at possibly getting a grant, an international grant, to help with the water in Maintown. And there's no point us doing that if you are in the foreseeable future.
Well, what we are doing now is research so that we know exactly how we have potable water being orchestrated, put down there right now as we speak. But the area that you're talking about, we're in research so that we know how we do this throughout. So you can get with Brother Wayne, he has my direct contact. I would be more than happy to collaborate and see how we can get that started out. So that's not a problem at all. Any more questions at all or comment?
Nikita, you had a question?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a question online and a question at house.
Yes,
Just quickly, you mentioned that the corporation is working on a smart meter.
yes, ma'am.
Is it going to be section by section?
It has started already.
What's the feedback on that?
Excellent. If you were to.
The micro.
We were.
Material.
The mic, the central.
Well, we started, to begin with, we started with subdivisions and
You can
things
play.
of that nature, especially the new ones, so that we don't have to put old ones in and then put new ones in the ground. And so we're doing that. And so we're doing that right now. So you will find that they're here already, and we're already putting them in. We're installing them as we speak.
Is it something that's done automatically or do I have to-
No, it's automatic.
Is there a cost factor on?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Come on, we're changing them. We're taking what's called the grenade meters out. That's the blue looking ones, the old ones, taking those out and putting in the smart meters. And let me say to you how important that is. That meter actually works for you. It's almost information that you can get right from home. It tells you your consumption, so you don't have to guess that. It's digital. There will come a time when you can actually read your own meter and send us what the reading is, and you pay your bill with that. So it will not require for someone to come to your house. You can do self-reading. That's how advanced those meters are.
Hi. For
Yes,
the
ma'am.
sake of those online, now that the mic is really clear, can you repeat what you said about Baintown, Cat Island?
Yes, we have an RO plant that's down there now that we're working on by potable water in Cat Island. And what we're saying to you is where that potable plant is, we are looking at doing that throughout Cat Island, but we're starting right where we are right now.
Okay, there's a question online from Cat Island.
Yes.
Nikita, your mic is okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. I have a lot of questions about this Cat Island. And one, because as I think Sheila mentioned, like our club is actively meeting about addressing the water issues. As I'm sure you are well aware, Cat Island does not have piped water. I know this has been, you say you guys have been working on it. The government's been working on this for 5+ years. So as a Cat Island resident, I don't have much confidence on a timeline. And neither does our community in general, because when we had our last meeting in preparation for this Rotary grant and submitting it, this was a serious conversation that we had. Do we invest in the bringing water to the Baintown community, or is this not necessary because government is doing this? And I am acutely aware of government realities in Cat Island. Additionally, Cat Island barely can keep our electricity on. And the Bahamas is one of the most water scarce countries. While we make water, if we do not have electricity, we do not have water. And so I have a very serious question about what is the electrical capacity? How is the grid being updated in Cat Island to be able to support whatever RO capabilities are being installed? And like, what is the timeline? Are we going to have water in a year? Because if not, we're about to enter, like, it's just, we are extraordinarily watching and waiting. And unfortunately, for those of us in the far-flung islands, we're out of sight and out of mind. And we need water. It's extraordinarily important for everything that you said, but we really also need clear timelines, and there hasn't been much communication, all that, although I know things are progressing and being completed are two very different realities. And for us as a club that's thinking about financially investing in a major water project in Cat Island, this is something that we need to know if it's something that we can do, or we need to reconsider how we want to use our investments.
Help me understand the timeline that you just indicated, 5+ years. Who? You said we've been working on it for 5+ years?
Water and sewage, you guys have been laying pipe for 5+ years. We're like probably on the 5th year now, because by the time when election happened, F&M had started. We've had fire hydrants in Cat Island for like 3 years, but no pipes. I've had guests who were staying in one of my rentals yell at me because we had a water issue because our cistern cracked, and I was trying to explain to them, we don't have piped water. And they're like, no, but 3 years ago, you guys were installing pipes. And I was like, I know, but we still don't have piped water. So this happens, and it's extraordinarily important, especially when the political cycle swaps, or when we get into new election seasons, that this project isn't dropped. And more importantly, as a club, we want to ensure that we don't not invest in a project because we believe the government's going to come through, and then the government doesn't come through, and then now people are still water scarce and vulnerable.
Well, what I can say is that this is as far as we've been in years in putting down potable water in Cat Island. We have the RO plant that's down there already. Like I said, I do know that the funding is something that we were waiting on, but that's something that is full throttle ahead to start again. So once we get started, as far as we are right now, and to quote you, we are progressing. You would see further progress, even more progress, once we get started again. I believe that that's in short order. I can talk to Brother Wayne directly. I can give exact dates that we can send to you once we get down there. Some of the main heavy lifting part of bringing about potable water in Cat Island, we've done that already. So we're just waiting for the funding for the final parts of it. Yeah.
And Nikita too, to also put a little bit more meat on it as well. I mean, I'm not officially speaking for them, but you know, you would know that DPL is currently has engaged some other providers throughout the Family Islands who are going to be using renewable energy and other forms of energy in order to deal with these power issues. So it is something that is being addressed. I mean, of course, things do take time, but things are moving. So yeah, you can look. Like I said, that's not really my area, but I do know that this is well underway. And so relief is going to the Family Islands for respect to their power. Yeah.
I think there's a partnership, a PPP partnership with respect to power that's coming on stream, and it does address the Family Islands. Further to your comments, Peter, I also think that there is generators on board, storage tanks that we will take into consideration as we bring about potable water in Cat Island. And what that does is it brings about what is called redundancy. So the level of storage, that has a lot to do with capacity, how much residents are there, and then also the generator. In the event that there is a power outage, then you have a standby generator. And again, as I indicated, the storage tank provides water for the amount of time needed for maintenance and things of that nature.
So can I ask, would you recommend that as Rotary, we move forward with our project in Baintown? Or do you think it's not necessary because piped water will be brought to Baintown within 2 years?
What I asked Superintendent Lane to do for us is to contact us and we will collaborate. He will have a timeline. That way he has an informed answer as opposed to me giving to you an off-the-cuff ad hoc answer.
That sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir. Oh, I thought he had a question. Okay.
If there be no other questions, let's give a rousing round of applause. Rousing round of applause to the chairman of the Water Tools Corporation. You don't get no higher than that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, you don't get no higher than that. And of course, he addressed some pertinent issues, and Makita was right on spot. Yeah, because the Rotary of Nassau has been at this for a while, and we are just on the brink, on the precipice of pulling the trigger of whether we should actually commit resources and funding to this project, or should we allow the government to come in and do what they have to do. And of course, you made it clear that you have something in line, in train. And of course, this is a very important constituency. So if he say it happen, it got to happen. It got to happen. Very, very important given this climate and given the timeline. But I just want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for enlightening us, particularly about the tank, the well waters. You know, I use well water. And now you tell me now that I bathe my well water, all kind of funny things going on my skin. And that was my wife and all that. So we take that. But what happened is, water source has been so unreliable, particularly on these, and I've been on 3 plus years, but it's been so reliable over the years that, we now sort of, particularly, when the hurricane comes, then this come and that come, sometimes the water don't be there. So I'm hoping under your leadership, so that reliability is restored and confidence is being had by the rest of us as residents who are elected to come onto the grid. Okay.
Let me respond to that. I think there's nothing wrong with redundancy for our homes as it relates to water. I would prefer that you have water and sewage as your primary source of water and have a well, if you would, as a backup.
Consider it done. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But so on behalf of the Woody Club of Nassau, so that's a small token appreciation of the offer to come here and speak to us. We also included in here one of our pamphlet done by the same beautiful lady here, the Sheila Bell, very creative. But just give you a history of our club and so forth. And so we share it with you here, that you can share it with your team, and then also the team on water and sewage. Yeah, share them there so they can see that this is the club that initiated the water being brought to Bean Town in Cat Island. Okay, so you can go with that. So that's again, give her a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Huh?
Okay, so as we prepare now to wrap up, please, Rotarians, please join me. Could you now all be upstanding? All right. And let us all together repeat the following test of Rotary. The following test of the things we think, say, or do.
Is it the truth?
Is
Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build good?
Will it be beneficial to all
concerned?
concerned?
Will it be fun?
And so, I said to our special guest in place, I'm going to let the Honorable Larry do the toast around them.
All Rotarians and guests who are there, and those Rotarians who are Zooming with us on air. Let us join with Rotarians everywhere in a toast. Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget Saturday 10 a.m. Colleen Insurance, Collins Avenue, disaster webinar. This meeting is now adjourned.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.